Hello everybody, it's MAGMA and I'm here with a 2006 LEGO Star Wars review for you guys. Today we're taking a look at the set 6210 Jabba Sail Barge. This is the original compared to the newer 2013 model. And it includes 781 pieces. Includes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6... whoops, I was counting otherwise. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 minifigures. And it is from Return of the Jedi, a 2006 set. So a pretty cool set. It comes with 3 kind of like builds if you want, the main barge. And what I really love about this set is that you have the complete display. So you also have the Sarlacc Pit and the skiff, desert skiff. So that's something that we don't have in the newer sets. In the newer one you have to buy the desert skiff and the Sarlacc Pit by itself on its own for like a much higher price. And the Jabba Sail Barge is also another set on its own, which is also pretty expensive. So that's kind of the main issue with the newer sets, and that's what I really love about these older sets, is that here you get the set and you've got the entire display and you don't need to worry about anything else. Looking at the minifigures, first up we have Luke Skywalker, and he's pretty cool looking. He comes with one of the old shiny lightsaber hilts. This was one of the last years where they had lightsaber hilts all shiny and stuff. He has a great torso printing. And he has a pretty plain face, pretty plain minifigure, but it's also one of the classic Luke Skywalkers. Next up we have Boba Fett, so he hasn't changed much. Back in the old days he was like this, and as you can tell he doesn't really change much. He still has the backpack and helmet molded piece together. He has one of the older blasters as well, and he has the same torso printing. Next up we have Lando Calrissian, which comes with a huge axe. He has one of the cooler, more exclusive helmets, which show him that he is one of Jabba's guards. However, the molded piece helmet, I guess, doesn't have any printing, but he does have some exclusive printing on the torso piece right there, and he doesn't have anything on the back either. His legs are just plain sand color. Then we have a Gamorrean guard. This is a variant on the older Gamorrean guard. I think the hands and the arms kind of changed a bit there, but as you can tell it's just a regular Lego minifigure with a whole piece, kind of like Chewbacca, placed on top of him, and it's a whole mold. It has the face, the head, the torso, the arm, shoulders type of thing. And what's kind of cool is that it's a really cool mold, but it doesn't have any printing on it, so it looks kind of old and not so good. But it is one of the classic Gamorrean guards and a very classic minifigure for a lot of Star Wars fans. Then we have Han Solo. He's also very plain. He doesn't have much printing going on except for his torso print with his shirt open. And he has his regular Han Solo smile type of face and the old hairpiece for him. Then we have R2, nothing special with him either. He just has a piece that holds 2 glasses, or at least a cup and a glass, to show that he is being a bartender as well, kind of like in the movie. And then we also have Princess Leia. She's a pretty cool minifigure. She's exclusive to this set, same as Lando, the Gamorrean guard, and she has a pretty cool torso printing and a leg printing, which is exclusive as well. Her face and hairpiece, I'm not sure if it's exclusive, but it is kind of harder to get, I guess. And she doesn't have anything on the back except for a hook, which is supposed to be for the chain, which Jabba is going to be holding. And then we have the old Jabba himself, and what's kind of cool about him is that he comes in only 2 sets, this one and the old Jabba's Palace, so he's a really harder, bigger mold minifigure to get, and I am very glad to finally get him. Comparing him to the newer Jabba that we got in 2012, obviously he is way worse and doesn't look anything like Jabba, but what is nice is that he's a classic, and for people who have been around LEGO Star Wars for such a long time, we recognize him immediately. But there's no disagreeing that the newer Jabba mold is much better. So we're going to go ahead and move on to the vehicle, or at least the Jabba Sail Barge itself. Let's go ahead and move these little side builds for later, and all the minifigures as well. And let's take a look at the barge. So what's kind of interesting is that it's actually much bigger and better than the newer model from 2013. I much more prefer this one. The only issue with this one is that it has a lot of lost space because there's nothing here inside in the back and nothing here inside in the front. It's just hollow, and it's not as sturdy and as play friendly as the newer version. So yeah, what you can do is you can open up the panels like this, and that's kind of cool. It happens on both sides. Here as well, you can open up the panels, and what is kind of cool is that you can also open up some of the windows like this, kind of like in the movie. So if you really want to have access in the inside, so that's how that works. And then here on the side, there's a lot of stickers to this set. All these pieces which you see, which could look like printed, they're all stickers, so that's kind of an issue. So yeah, so you can open up this, and what's kind of cool is that you can also remove this top part like this to have a full-on access in the inside. So I'm going to go ahead and show you what's inside. Here first up we have this, and you can open it up on both sides. It is a cage, supposedly where I guess Princess Leia could be. It's a prison, and then you can just close that up like so. There's no doors, so technically she can kind of just escape through here, if you can tell. So there's no real point in having her in here, but nonetheless, if you want to just put a brick here to block her escape, then this can be a little prison, which again can be opened up by both sides. Then here in the middle section, kind of like the newer version, we also have a kitchen. So you got 2 chickens, here you got a little snake, nice little spider, translucent little spider over here. Yep. And then here we have the kitchen, so kind of cool. Not much to do, there's a lot of free space, and if we turn the set around, we have a weapons locker. So bunch of weapons here waiting to be held up by Jabba's mercenaries. And lastly, this is Jabba's place. So as you can tell, he has this kind of like weed pipe type of thing going on, and you can fit him in there like so. It just sticks this, and here at the back part you could fit some stuff in there, but here I'm going to remove this. You can tell it's mainly hollow, and it's supposed to be part of the structure. So yeah, so that's it really for the inside. There's a lot of space inside, so it's really up to you to what you want to do and how you want to play with the inside compared to the newer version, which is like filled with a bunch of stuff. Here it's just all hollow, and it's up to you to play with it. I do want to show you real quick the front nose type of thing, I guess. As you can tell, there's nothing inside, so it's really just part of the decoration. And what I like about this set is that I feel like the people who made this set thought about making a Jabba Sail Barge before, and then thought, how can we implement some stuff that looks like fun features, instead of like looking on how to make every single thing a fun feature before looking better. You know, this set is more about looks and displayability than the newer model. That's what I'm trying to get to. So obviously you can all close this up and then put this back here. And for comprehensible reasons, I'm going to remove the sails because they're really annoying, and that's the issue with Jabba Sail Barge. Quick look at them, I guess. That's what they look like. They're made of cloth, I guess. Yeah, cloth, and this is some printing on it. And you can just remove them in a very simple manner like this. And now you have a full access to the rooftop, I guess, or at least roof part. So, starting off here at the back, as you can tell, once again, there's a lot of space for you to figure out what you want to do. Here's a comparison of Boba's size. A lot of space. Here we have the cannon that Luke uses in his escape, I believe, or maybe Princess Leia, I don't remember. I think it's Princess Leia. So yeah, so the cannon goes up and down and 360, and once again it looks great compared to the newer Jabba Sail Barge, because the cannon looks great but doesn't have any flick fire missiles, compared to the newer one, which doesn't look great but has flick fire missiles. So yeah, Here we have a little, not too sure what this is. Supposedly you can like open this up, but there's nothing inside. So I guess it's supposedly the exit where Jabba's like mercenaries get up on the deck of the Jabba Sail Barge, but you can't actually have them go through the trap, I guess. I don't know. And then here we have this little thing. I'm not too sure what this is. I tried to understand. It looks kind of like a cannon. From my perception, I feel like it's a cannon, but what I've been told is that you put Boba Fett over here, and then you flick him, and then supposedly he goes off flying on top of the Sarlacc Pit and everything else. But it doesn't really work. It's kind of hard. Yeah. So not too sure what this is. Definitely could be removed. It's kind of just taking up space for nothing. But yeah. So that's what it's there for. I wish I could show you, but like it doesn't really make any sense. Yeah. So that's it for Jabba Sail Barge. Did I miss out on anything? I guess I could show you a bit more about talk a bit more about the externals. This is a boat piece used backwards and then just stacked on. Here on the sides you got all the stickers, and then here on the back, this is what it looks like from the back. Kind of like the newer one actually. Nothing very different. These are all just stickers, and then these don't move compared to the newer version as well. So yeah. So that's it for the actual Jabba Sail Barge. Let's move on to the side builds, because those are all kind of exciting as well. First up we have this one, and this one's actually pretty cool because it's an attempt at a desert skiff, but with a very low budget, or at least that's the way I feel like this is. So we can have our Gamorrean guard fit in there. This is a sticker, by the way, and this is also a sticker. The Gamorrean guard fits in here. These things can move a bit up or down depending on how you're feeling, on how you feel like it should be. It has some clear stands on the sand, which is really cool. Something I very much enjoy about this. Once again, LEGO attempted something as a display model before anything else, which is something I really like. Here, obviously, you can put a bunch of minifigures. You can open up the plank. I think that's how you call it. I'm not too sure. And then, obviously, Han Solo. Oh wait, no, it's Luke. So we can have Han over here, and then Luke over here. So yeah, and that's it. That's it. Once again, it's really you can have a lot of fun with it, but they didn't really look for play features. They really attempted for something that looks like a display model. So that's really cool, and obviously if you have Jabba Sail Barge here on the side, it looks even better on display. Yeah, that's it. Really, I hope you guys got a look at every single angle, because that's all there is to this little build. Nice little sticker, and yeah. And then ultimately we have the Sarlacc Pit, an interesting model. It's not my favorite. There's definitely better attempts at it, but once again, it doesn't have the weird play feature and all that kind of stuff. It's really just here for display. And you got all the teeth going on around it, so it looks decent. It could look a bit better. But yeah, what you see is what you get. If you're wondering if a minifigure kind of fits in there, yeah, a minifigure kind of fits in there. And that's the best you're going to get. And you can also have them here on the pit. So yeah. So now real quick, I'm going to compare a bit every single model to some of the newer versions of this, and then we'll end off the video. So here's a quick comparison of the Sarlacc Pit. This is the 2012 version that came with the Desert Skiff. And here is the 2006 model that comes with this set. As you can tell, the older model somehow feels a bit more accurate. This one feels a bit more oversized and exaggerated, but it does have these tentacles type of stuff going on around. And it is a bit deeper, so it does have a better play function. But then again, this one has a bunch of gray around it, and this one stays with the sand and brown. So it does remain a bit more accurate looking, but less goofy, and this one looks a bit more fun to play with, definitely. So here's a look at the desert skiffs compared. What I do enjoy is that both of them have the transparent studs, but this one doesn't have the sand under it. This one does. As you can tell, this one is way bigger. Maybe it's a perspective angle right now, but if I give you an overhead look, you can definitely tell that the 2012 model is a monster compared to the, to the 2006 version. And this is something that I like and I don't like, because this one looks much more better, more accurate, and there's more to it. Obviously, you have this weapons locket in the middle. Here, there's more details and all that stuff, compared to this one, which looks really plain and simple and really just a few bricks. But this one has a better proportion next to the sail barge and next to the Sarlacc Pit, which makes it a bit more credible, as this one looks incredibly oversized. So that's kind of the issue with this model. But then again, this one looks really plain and very simple and kind of basic. But nonetheless, I do have to say that both models are still great, and if you want a good display, then any of them is going to satisfy you pretty well. So here's a look at both of Jabba Sail Barge. Obviously, they don't really fit in the studio because these are two really huge or really big sets. The main difference, I would say, is definitely the nose part. That's the thing that comes to mind first, I guess. As you can tell, this one is much more, I don't know, it just feels clean and very nice, very good shape compared to what we saw in the movie. And then this one looks a bit rough and kind of unsettled. However, this one does obviously have the play function of this going on here. Going through a quick little comparison, I mean, it's about the same idea. Obviously, you can tell that this one is much smaller compared to this one. When you open up the panels, you can really tell that the panels are much smaller. The main comparison, because obviously in this model you can remove the entire rooftop, the main comparison that I would go to is the inside. It's smaller. I mean, the set is this version is definitely in general smaller, and I'll give you some better angles of that. But something that I can think of right now is the back, as the back obviously also opens up to have this little piano station, and the older model here just has a plain back that you can't really do much with. So yeah, here's a look at it. In every single angle, in every single perspective, this one is the bigger set, larger. It has all the advantages compared to this one. This one is more play friendly. The pieces hold up a bit together. It has a little stuff like this little cannon right here, which this one doesn't have. And it's much more player friendly. It's attempting to have children play with this, and this one is once again much more of a display model. But I guess the only way I can really show you the size difference is by putting this one all the way over there, and then putting this one in front, removing the sails obviously, because sails don't count. And you can tell how much smaller this one is. So in terms of length, this one only gets up to here. And in terms of height, it has the same height, but this one has a gradient going up that goes up higher. This one barely goes a bit higher. And then obviously the panels, this one is just like this big, and then this one is this entire thing going down. So this one makes up by being bigger, by having more internal space, even though it has a lot of hollow spaces like the front and the back. But this one has a smaller internal space, but uses up the front part and the back part without leaving any hollow spaces. Obviously it has the jail, but it's way smaller. Jabba's place in the kitchen also is way smaller. Everything is a bit more cramped, but everything is still there. So yeah, that's it. That's pretty much all there is to compare. Both models are good, definitely. It always just goes back to the same idea. What do you want? Do you want to display it, or do you want to play with it? Because this one is a pain to play with, and the other one is not really good looking for display. So same idea as always. So in conclusion, this version of Jabba Sail Barge is actually by far my favorite compared to the newer version, mainly because I enjoy displaying my Legos and I like them a bit more vintage than just the regular ordinary Legos that you can get in stores. What I really enjoy about this set, once again, I've mentioned this so many times, but this is an important factor for me, is that this is a display set before anything else, and I'm going to enjoy displaying this in my Lego collection instead of just having a set that doesn't look as much as the vehicle and it's more attempting to be something else, such as a playset, such as the newer version. So ultimately a great set, definitely highly recommended to collectors and people who are hardcore Star Wars fans. Otherwise, definitely suggest you get the newer version if you're looking to play with your Jabba Sail Barge. Thanks for watching, and bye-bye.